So, what if you do think that you might be what we would call the proxy for the family, where basically you're holding these truths of transgenerational or intergenerational trauma within your field or in your DNA? Like, what does that mean? So, I want to talk a little bit about that because that's something that some people are very interested in. So, for you, you might feel things more deeply than other people in the family. You also might have a lot of different types of health conditions that specialists, doctors haven't been able to solve for you. They basically said, I don't know what else to do for you. I don't know how to help you anymore. There's nothing else that I can do. My hands are tied. And so, if you have something that's basically been undiagnosed or it's a rare condition, I oftentimes see that that can be linked or related. And what we also see is that you may have symptoms or illnesses that are much more strong in you than in other people. You might feel more sensitive as far as emotionally, you might feel more sensitive in pain, but basically your symptoms would be heightened. And what we can also see is that some individuals don't process drugs the same way. So we could take 10 different people, give them the same drug, but for some reason, you may not be able to process that drug the way that you would like to. And so that might also be sort of a signature, what we call in the genotype, where basically you have switched one protein for another and now basically it's become active or inactive. So when we talk about epigenetics, you've probably heard of that word, which basically means around the genes, so the environment around the genes. So it's not just about what you inherit as far as genes, but also the environment makes such a difference. So if there has been trauma in the background, right, and there is this major event that happens, there can be this imprint that actually gets passed on to other people. And so this is where we want to try to clear that for someone so that they're not suffering as much. Maybe they're not going to have as many issues around headaches or pain or even with their hormones. So these are the kinds of things that we are looking at. Now, there's so much research that's supporting this. So a good maybe 10 years ago, even 15 years ago, we didn't have this knowledge to where we could actually quantify this information, but we can quantify this now. It's not just theory. So you probably heard that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Well, some of these truths we've known for a really long time. And if you've also seen in some of the text or even within the Bible, it talks about the sins of the father. And so I don't see it so much as sin as I do see as more of an imprint, that there's a significant thing that happens within that bloodline and can be passed on. So I just want you to know that if you are suffering or having so many symptoms or illnesses and you don't know how to fix them, we don't want to just gloss over things. We want to see if this could be something that's going on for you on a deeper level. So stay tuned. I have some more information that I want to share with you, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about how this can happen and a little bit about the proxy. So again, a lot of times we have a person or proxies in the family that are responsible for clearing this old trauma within the family line. Stay tuned.